Hey y'all, what's up? I'm so excited to get into today's video because I'm going to be talking about body image, and that's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. So I'm super excited to just chat it out, chat it out with you guys. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Grace, and on this channel I talk everything about self-healing, travel, and nature. So let's get right into it. So lately I've been really challenged with issues of my own body image just being kind of changed. In the past couple of months I've been growing out of my clothes a lot, and I've just been my body is just changing so fucking much. And as that's happening, I've been noticing so much more insecurity around my body image showing up. And I've also started working out, so it's been having my fitness goals have kind of turned into this obsession with my body image. I'm always looking at my stomach. Am I getting abs yet? Am I getting stronger? Am I getting leaner? Am I losing this booty? What's happening? I'm constantly obsessed with my body image lately. It's interesting because it's something that I think has been there for a long time, but it's showing up now in a way more intense way, to where I'm I notice it. I notice myself looking at myself a lot. I notice myself looking at other people a lot and being oh, she's got nice legs. Wow, her arms are so toned. Or wow, oh, okay, skinny waist, that aspirates tap in. Okay, everybody's looking good. What's going on with me? And this comparison going on too. So, but yeah, and I feel I'm really struggling with that lately. It's just been something that's been there, and I have to kind of remind myself sometimes when that does happen that it's not just me that's feeling this way. It's a collective insecurity. It's a collective thing, because we've all been programmed to be uncomfortable with ourselves, because they profit off of us being uncomfortable with ourselves. So I know, especially for women, there's certain body types that there's everyone trying to get into, and as soon as that one body type is in style, another body type is in style, and so we're constantly trying to catch up to this different body style, whatever that is. And oftentimes it's just whatever our body style is, we just think the grass is greener on the other side. Thin people want to be thicker, thick people want to be thinner, whatever, and it just is bleh. While I wish we didn't always have to feel like that, I wish we didn't have to go through all of those internal challenges. I recognize that it's a part of just the programming of the entire collective, and it makes me feel a little bit better to understand that, and to realize that it's not just me, and I'm not just uncomfortable with myself. And I feel being on a self-healing journey, there's also this kind of shame or guilt that shows up for having these uncomfortable thoughts. If I don't like the way that I look, automatically I'm judging myself for thinking that I don't like the way that I look, and I can't just let the thought come by and let it go. Oftentimes I'm oh, why would I think that about myself? And then I'm thinking, oh, I'm a bad person, oh, I don't love myself, and all of these other things show up just because I feel guilty for even thinking the first thing. And it's just a cycle. It's just, oftentimes I feel too, it's it comes in waves. One day I'll be feeling super good about myself, and I'm yeah, I look good, I went to the gym this morning, I feel great. And then the next day I'm oh, I'm just a blob and I feel disgusting. And I don't know, I just feel that's something that is normal, and we should be able to have those insecure moments or uncomfortable moments with ourselves, and just recognize them just for what they are, that it's a product of our programming, and it's not necessarily true. It's a lie we've been programmed to believe, so that we buy into more products or services or ideas of doing something with ourselves to make ourselves look better. Generations, even, it's been generations of women internalizing body image, insecure body images or negative body image traits. I know generations before have always been oh, watch what you eat, this and that, watch what you do, you don't want to look like this, you don't want to look like that. And there's little comments that were said. Even when I was young, there was comments that I was said about. I know I'm not the only person who's experienced that, but whether it be that I was thin, or I needed to eat more, that I was getting bigger, and just people acknowledging that I was getting bigger, but just always that people outside influence of what they thought about my body, and it's caused me to internalize what I think about my body. And years of that, and even generations of that, that we have to heal from, that we've got to like stop internalizing, that we have to stop taking personally, because and take back our power and just being who we are, where we are, when we are. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to recognize that I'm not the only one that feels this way. And something I've been thinking to myself is like, I'm growing, I'm continuing to grow, and I feel like I have a more positive perspective on the idea of growing. That's something that's been super helpful, as well as just acknowledging that we're supposed to change, we're supposed to grow, and our bodies are going to change as we grow. You know, like that's okay. And so yeah, that's something that's been just happening, and I've been kind of like in the flow of that and watching it show up so much. It was me to kind of give my power away to this outside idea, instead of like standing in my power of who I am right now and loving on the body that I have right now. Yeah, lately the things that have been helping me has just been recognizing that it's normal. Finding different clothes too, like finding different clothes that actually fit and comfortable with it, embracing the body that's changing, but also just not getting too caught up in what my body looks like letting go of my attachment to my image, which I'm still in the process of. And is anyways, I came on here to say all of that and to also share something that I've been doing to help with it, because I found it to be really powerful, and I wanted to come on here and share it with you guys, whoever is interested. I've been using the emotional freedom technique, which is like a tapping sequence, and I like using that. And if you would like to join with me, then the rest of this video I will be showing you guys an emotional freedom technique that helps to relieve any thoughts of negative body image. Show you guys first like what I kind of do, and I kind of put this in a shorter way than I guess the average way that you would do EFT tapping. I start here with the outside of my hand, and then I go to the top of my head. I do my face, around the eyes, underneath the eyes. I move into my lips and my chin. And this is the part that I shorten. So if you've seen EFT tapping before, then you know that they do it probably in a different way that I do, but I just go from my head and I just work my way around my face and then to my chest, underneath the arms, and then start again. Now, what's most important about this tapping is the way that I talk to myself while I'm tapping is kind of like the script. And this script can be used any kind of way. You can say exactly what I'm saying, or you can make up your own script. But this is the script that I've used to work through my issues in my body image. So first, I'll take a few deep breaths just to get into my body. Okay. So I start by just acknowledging what I feel, and I feel uncomfortable with my body. I feel insecure about my body and my image. I feel uncomfortable in my body. Even though I feel insecure and uncomfortable with my body, even though I feel insecure and uncomfortable with my body, it's safe to feel these feelings now. It's okay that I feel these feelings now. Even though I feel uncomfortable with my body, it's safe to let it go now. I know that I've been programmed to be uncomfortable with my body. know that this insecurity is a lie. Even though I feel uncomfortable with my body, it's safe now to embrace the truth. Even though I feel uncomfortable with my body, and it's safe to feel uncomfortable. It's safe to embrace the truth. My body is a beautiful vessel for love and for light. Any insecurities I have about my body are not true. And even though it's safe to feel these feelings, it's safe to let it go now. So usually I just do that a few rounds, something like that kind of script, and I already feel a lot better right now. But yeah, if you ever feel this way, you can do this by yourself. I oftentimes do this even in the height of a situation where I notice myself comparing or feeling uncomfortable. I can just start tapping, and I kind of say the script in my head if I'm not in a space to do it where I can say it out loud and feel not be like awkward. Sometimes I totally am okay with just being awkward and saying it out loud, but other times I feel more comfortable doing it in my head. And I may not do the whole sequence of tapping even if I'm uncomfortable with that. I might just do it here. I might just do it here. But I oftentimes just repeat to myself exactly what I'm feeling. That way I kind of can acknowledge and validate what it is that I feel. And then I repeat that it's safe to feel it and it's safe to let it go. I repeat that whatever it is that I'm telling myself, I remind myself that it's not true. Because I think the more that I remind myself that it's not true, the easier it is for me to let go of that belief. And then by the time I'm ready to let go is when I say it's safe to let it go. I oftentimes don't jump right into saying, even though I feel uncomfortable, it's safe to let it go, because sometimes my body's not ready to let it go, and then I feels like it's almost like my mind is rejecting the idea of letting it go. But that's a reason why I kind of went back and forth saying, like, even though I feel this and it's safe to feel this, even though I feel this and it's safe to feel, like, I might have repeated that a few times, because I kind of have to like remind myself that it's okay that I feel it first. I have to remind myself that it's not true, and then I can allow myself to let it go. So that's just the kind of like the sequence that I go through about letting go of these feelings, and you can use it for pretty much anything. This script helps me the most, and I honestly would love to share more of this. I really do, like, I use this same technique sometimes just with tapping, but oftentimes with stretching really helps. This is what helps me when I'm feeling comfortable with my body or just feeling the challenges of society's pressures and body image stuff. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys, and thank you for watching. If you guys like videos like this and you want to see more, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you guys have any other tips for things that you say to yourself or that you do to help when you're feeling insecure about your body or your image, please share them down below. I love to hear from you guys, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.